So if anyone wants to know what it's like to have a 5-year-old daughter, I have a little story. So last night at about 11 o'clock, my daughter, 5-year-old daughter, I got it in my hair, lost her first tooth. We were expecting this. Her tooth has been wiggly for a few days, and she had a banana before going to bed. She comes out 20 minutes later and she says, "Mom, look." It shows me her tooth missing. And I'm like, "Oh my God, you lost your tooth. Where'd it go?" And she's like, "I swallowed it." And I was like, "You swallowed your tooth?" And she's like, "Yeah, I was eating my banana and I just swallowed my tooth." And I was like, "Well, did you chew it or did you swallow it whole?" And this girl goes, "I just swallowed it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we're like, let's go get a piece of paper and a pen and write a note to the tooth fairy saying, "Hey, I accidentally swallowed my tooth. I'm so sorry." And we'll put that note underneath your pillow. And she says, okay, we start writing the note. As we're writing the note, this little girl says, "Well, I don't know if I swallowed it. I just bit my blanket and then my tooth fell out." And I was like, "You didn't feel like you swallowed it?" And she's like, "No, I don't know." I was like, "Okay, let me go check your bed. Make sure you didn't swallow it. Make sure your tooth's not laying in your bed." Sure enough, I go in there. Her tooth is literally right there on the bed. And I'm like, "Maddie, I found it." She was so happy. Yay, now the tooth fairy can come. We do all that, and she goes to sleep. Tooth fairy comes, puts some money under her pillow. This morning, I go to wake her up for school, and I wake her up, and she goes, "I'm not going to school. I lost a tooth yesterday." And I'm like, okay, well, it is snowing pretty hard out. I don't really want to get your brother packed up. If you really want to take the day off, we can. I was like, "But did the tooth fairy come?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "What do you mean the tooth fairy didn't come?" Because I just got a message from my boyfriend a little while ago, and he says, "Oh, I put the money under the pillow and took the tooth and all that." And I'm just like, "What do you mean the tooth fairy didn't come? There's no money under there?" And she's like, half asleep. She's like, "No, Mom, there's no money." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Did you check?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I lifted up to the pillow. I'm like, "Oh, the tooth fairy did come. I see some money under there." And then she says, "I got 3. She got $3 from the tooth fairy. And then she decides she wants to go back. She wants to go to school so she can show her friends that the tooth fairy came. And I'm like, "Okay, let's get ready." Meanwhile, while she's getting ready, I have to go run to the bathroom because I still have morning sickness sometimes, and I am dying in the mornings. Especially after changing the 1-year-old and all that. I'm just like, okay, I feel sick. I need to go to the bathroom. I do this almost every day before bringing her to school. So she knows what's up. So she comes in the bathroom while I'm throwing up. And she says, "So Mom, if the tooth fairy really came, that means you didn't lock the doors last night." I say, "The tooth fairy is magic. I did lock the doors. She just somehow still got in." And then my 5-year-old proceeds to tell me, well, she needs to be careful next time because my baby brother was sleeping and she's gonna wake him up. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'll let her know. I'll let her know for you. She needs to be a little more quiet next time. I will say I'm proud of her for not wanting her brother to be woken up and also making sure the door was locked last night. Good job.